Good afternoon. This is Marsha Brun, and we are doing a collective energy reading. As always, as you tune in, whenever you find us, this message is just for you. So starting out here, looking at the center, we have the shell, and we have a quartz that is pointing out. Shell reminds us about community and family. Coming from the ocean into the west, then it's all about emotions, the depth of emotions in our relationship and our family. It represents those layers of connection. Coming to heart center in our family, in our closeness and that knit into it. And then also being able to call out and attract family in. We have the clear quartz, which is an energizer. And also you can see it does have a bit of a point to it. So it is where that mindset, those emotions are going. We do see it coming down to the east and a little bit further down, looking for connection in its move forward. Though we do see here the solidite that's kind of coming into that and could be then turning that into alignment with the shell as we move forward. This is all about our throat chakra. It's about communication. It's about clarity of thought and how we align that with where we're actually wanting to go, what we're wanting to manifest. Interesting that we had the shell here that is all about emotion and those family ties. Down here in this bottom quarter, we have a shell. It is a half shell, but instead of being open, it is being closed. So think about that tiny seed before it opens and starts that new tree or plant growing. It's sitting there in the earth, waiting for the appropriate time. That all conditions, then it can then start to grow and open and expand. So when we're coming into an alignment with our emotions in those relationships, we're able to think clearly and then to communicate our wants and needs, our goals clearly. And since this is very much about emotion, expressing those emotions in a clear way that others can understand, that pulls along the seed that starts that. It starts that beginning. We do see down here at the bottom, don't know if that was able to see in the spread, the Shivalinga. That's male and female energy imbalanced. It wasn't turned on its side. One wasn't in front of the other. It was very much in that balanced state. And remember, balance doesn't mean perfectly still. That is stagnating. Balance is always an ebb and a flow. We have that ebb and flow in the water state that's right here across from us, reminding us that we all sometimes need to step forward in our masculinity, or other times we step forward in our femininity, depending on what that needs, so we keep that flow and that healthy relationship going. All of this, if it turns and points forward, then we have this celestine. So all about those higher frequencies, talking about the angelic realm, where we're actually wanting to bring in our lives, our spirituality, and our energy flow state into that higher vibration, into those higher realms, getting those messages from our angels and our guardians that are there looking out for us and help guiding us along, actually getting to where we want to go.
So I loved where the spread just took us, and that's what I've been picking up collectively as well. We have descended our consciousness into the roots to really address patterns and thoughts and beliefs that sit there that are tied to the family, and start to really unearth these emotions that are ready to be seen and heard, and using our voice to articulate what we do need, what we are feeling, bringing to light pain from the past and where we're actually disconnected from family, and where we're using fear to motivate us because we're actually afraid to connect there. We're either afraid to connect to the deep roots in the family or the past pain because it's just really uncomfortable, or we're actually fearful of connecting to those that we truly love because of past pain or loss. So we're so afraid to lose ourselves or lose our loved ones that we live like we've already been lost or we've already lost them. So we're being pulled back into the shell to look and address and feel and be guided in that direction, and pulling in support from the angels, from God's source universe, from that realm, from higher states of consciousness, bringing it through our voice and healing. And actually, as you noted, it's pulling that shell, which I'm seeing as the protective shell of the heart that was protecting a piece of us because of past experiences and it needing to be protected up until now. That even though it feels really uncomfortable and so many things are coming to light that are uncomfortable and so many emotions are being expressed, it is actually serving this shell to break open to receive more love. Fear has been protecting this seed of divine unconditional love to receive and to give. And I'm also seeing it as Christ consciousness, which the Shiva Lingam being just outside the frame from my perspective, and I could see its
Mm-hmm.
shadow. I was like, what's there in the shadows that is coming to light that the selenite was also pointing to?
Yeah.
And it was the balance of a healthy masculine and feminine within, which is what I've been picking up that we've been going through this dance to unite the divine masculine and the divine feminine that has healthy boundaries, healthy discernment, this ebb and flow that dances together to nurture a healthy, safe, secure root system and family system and connection system where we're building secure connection patterns that maybe we've never really experienced or allowed ourselves to experience because we're so familiar and comfortable with the insecure patterns and sense of self. And so as these come together, especially and they hit that root, that foundational core, from there, that uniting forces birth the child, which also I'm seeing as Kundalini energy, the life force, creative force energy that bursts from the inside and from the sacred union of those that does manifest through the heart. Christ consciousness, unconditional love, grace, compassion, innocence, that your pure innocence that can only be born from the inside out. So it was
Yeah.
everything I've been picking up and just that call to go visit your shell, be with your emotions, allow yourself to express it with those that you can find safety with, rebuild those secure patterns within, express your need and desires and wants for that security, and embody that within your own divinity of masculine and feminine energies to give more space for your divine child within you, your Christ consciousness within you to be cracked open and that seed to emerge because it's time, right? Yeah.
Right. And I liked that a couple of things that you hit on because it kind of goes along with those choice points that I tend to talk about when we're doing this type of energy reading. And you hit on the protective shell. We had it closed so that protective layer was out. And if you also look at the positioning of the shell, it's not this way open and receiving. It was turned down to where the protective shell is up. So then those choice points, and that's that inner work, like you said. And then we had in previous ones, we had talked about the work we were doing even with the DNA structure and the family and doing that family line healing. And as we do that, then it does change family dynamics. It brings up those emotions. And then now is the time then to start working with those, expressing those and healing those and changing those to be moving forward. So then that brings that choice point opens, right? And then lets us then build new family dynamics, healthy family and whether it's our family that we were born with or the family that we collect along the way, it's letting those now come into light and into growth. So great touch points on that, I thought, because it is choices. And, do we cycle again or do we decide to make those changes? Do we stay under the protective shell or do we voice those open with clarity and then move on to the Christ consciousness? So great
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. And let it be birthed within you. And if you want help and support in breaking cycles and repatterning um, those belief systems and starting a new foundation, that's what we do. You'll see description links below where you can stay connected and dive deeper with us and or have a personal reading and attunement and conscious integration session with the two crows on the line. So we hope to see you in a future call.
That's where we are at the collective right now. I hope you found insight and enjoyment, and we'll see you next time.